Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim, and in this episode we're going to check out the Arsenale 40 by Venezianico. Yes, I came across this watch first for my Watch of the Week video series here every Monday, where I give you super quick information about recently introduced timepieces, and often as a sort of early bird sneak preview. And often I take these watches in the Friday episode where I present you watches in the studio in form of an in-depth review. And that's the plan for today, because I think the watch really is worth it, because it brings you Italian elegance paired with component quality at a relatively reasonable price of 800 euros. So even if you're outside of Europe, you will end up way under 1,000 bucks for this beautiful piece. And if you wonder why that name, as explained in Watch of the Week, Arsenale is a sort of a conglomerate of shipyards, historic shipyards in Venice, and so therefore the name. And now let's check out the watch. All right, and here we are with our watch with the Venezianico Arsenale 40 in blue, the blue dial here. And let's begin with the specifications. As the name suggests, we have a case diameter of 40 millimeters, a length lug to lug of 44, height is 8.95, and the lug width is not really stated because it doesn't make so much sense here with the integrated lugs. Then we have the sapphire crystal here. The watch is waterproof up to 50 meters. And the caliber is the Miyota 9029, it's an automatic movement, and the price for this entire watch here is 800 euros. And then you're roughly, if you deduct your 20 or 19% VAT and you convert that into US dollars, you are around 750 US dollars, depends as always a bit on your exact location. All right, okay, let's begin with the dial now, which is of course very pure. This is the entire, let's say, selling point of the watch, is this pure beauty of the dial. We have Côtes de Genève, so these stripes all over the dial. We have a bit of a pipe pan dial structure here with that outer ring. We have a nice set of hands without loom. The entire watch comes without loom. There you have the Venezianico logo, and there the word Venezianico. And now we could state that this is a watch with a relatively simple dial, but I think the contrary is the reality, because you see that the watch changes its appearance dramatically, exposed to different angles with different lights. You will see the watch outside in this video as well on my wrist. And then you have different impressions. So it's a fairly complex thing, actually. Fairly complex thing. Also the reflections on the metal parts here, on the indices and hands. So there you go. Very, very nice. And in Watch of the Week, I said that the case is a fairly complex thing. And here you see exactly what I mean, I think, right? Fairly complex thing. You have two sort of bezels there, high polished and a coin edge bezel, and then you have a mixture of brushing and high polished that goes around the entire watch. And so the bracelet here must be a huge part, or a big part of that review, because it's a vital element of the entire ensemble there, right? So there you go. Then you have here a butterfly clasp, and there you have the Arsenale on the case back of the watch. Butterfly clasp without so much decoration, but I said this before, I like this type a lot, especially in combination with these rather elegant watches, because it creates a neat look. It creates a neat look, but there's also a little risk that it doesn't fit exactly to your wrist size. And now let's go over the functionality of the watch. We have a screw-down crown, which is a bit odd because of the water resistance of only 50 meters, which is caused, I think, by this construction here, by the case back with screws, with six, are there 6 screws? Yes, 6 screws, and you don't have a screw down case back, and I think they wanted to reduce the height of the watch with that solution, but it leads to a water resistance of 50 meters, and why now a screw down crown is my question here. This is not really necessary, but all right, let's unscrew it, and then the watch or the caliber provides hand winding. Feels pretty normal. Then you have position 1. You don't have a ghost position, so only position 1, and then you can set the time. Absolutely in order, and you don't hear that click when you have a date caliber without a date window here. So here everything's nice and handy and dandy. And now let's close it again. Very short thread, but yeah, there's a bit of a gimmick, this crown. Now to the bracelet. And here you see what I mean, a very slender and elegant look. Here you have only 16 millimeters in width, and here, what is it, 20 such and such. But this creates, of course, a very nice line, or two very nice curved lines. The quality of the bracelet is totally okay. You see there is not so much stretch, and this mechanism here also works with little tolerances. You don't have a rattly feeling. It makes a nice sound, so it's all good. But is it all perfect now? I wouldn't say that. This is not a sponsored video, so I'm free to speak about every aspect. I would consider the dial, to be honest, perfect, because it's immaculate. It's really well designed. I mean, only if you are into that design language and that design school of purity and this classy, these classy reductions here. If you like your watch busy, then you will say, wow, this is far away from perfect. But if you are in that genre, then I would say this is a perfect dial. This is really, really well made. But I have a certain other points I find not perfect. I've mentioned the screw-down crown is a bit odd, and see, the material of the crown is also a bit odd. This is a bit, I don't know how to call this material exactly, but you have a contrast between that material and these high polished facets here. So I personally would prefer something a bit AP-ish, Audemars Piguet, with these classic, more blocky crowns, or you see them sometimes also on Zenith watches. And yeah, high polish, not this scratchiness here. This is a bit odd. And then I noticed that the polishing job here is a bit odd. You have, or I'm too strict. Sometimes I tend to be a bit too strict with bracelets, but here you have a bit of a sharp edge. The transition here, high polished and brushed. See that? There you have a bit, I think you can hear it. There you have a bit of an edge, and I think this could ruin or could fray shirts. So if this was my watch, I would polish that with a piece of leather just a little bit to break away that tiny, tiny, tiny ridge there. But again, it's really small. I don't want to state here that you have something really dangerous here. It's just a fraction of a millimeter. The rest of the finishing is immaculate as far as I can see that. And I mean, we have here really high resolution images. You will never see that watch from that distance in nature, I think, and so all good. All right, welcome back. I hope you found this enjoyable, and now I have a great tip for you, a great bargain, really severe bargain. One of my latest products at CasebackWatches.com, the online shop that keeps everything here afloat and independent from the big industry. There I have a new product, a new watch case, and I checked the catalog of my supplier here in southern Germany. And I checked the catalog, and then I realized this is very affordable, that thing. That watch case made of Barenia leather, which is a super high quality leather from France. In fact, this material is used by companies like Hermes. And it was relatively affordable, and so I thought, what's going on? Because normally these companies are really expensive. And then I ordered some, and I figured out that the build is very clever. So I think in 1 hour they can crank out quite some of these pieces, and now I can offer you this Barenia watch leather case, 4 pieces like the Venezianico in Europe for 135 bucks. And if you are outside of Europe, that you don't have to pay your VAT, and then you can grab it for 110. And when you use then my discount code for new customers, 10% off, then you can grab this case for 100 single bucks. You will not find it on this planet again for that price. I mean, what do you get from brands like Breitling for 100 bucks? A fake alligator strap, if that. Thank you very much, sir. That's it. And so check out CasebackWatches.com. Check out that watch case made from beautiful, handsome, and really sturdy Barenia leather, a steel, I must repeat it. And I hope they keep this price. Sometimes they realize, oh, we could make a bit more money out of that, and then they raise prices, which is a bit unfortunate for us, for them, of course. All right, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for your attention, and until next time.